I became an actor by going to NYU graduate school for acting, and got a couple roles on television, Law and Order, stuff like that, and then started doing stand-up comedy and doing a bunch of different characters, and a voiceover agent saw me performing, and I'm a bit of a ham, and she said, I think you might do well in voiceover and animation, and so I came in and started doing that, and it's very strange because the more bizarrely you behave, the more you work. And so I started booking more work as a voiceover actor than an on-camera actor, and so I sort of threw in the towel with on-camera because I was so busy with voiceover, which is now what I do predominantly. In order to prepare for this role, I had to refresh all my Agatha Christie awareness. So I Googled all sorts of things, and I watched the Murder on the Orient Express film several times, which is hilarious. And I cannot wait to see how this game comes out in terms of its the style of it. It was just so complete from beginning to end, and I'm sure that the game will be, given that we have so much more technology, I'm sure it'll just be a vast improvement, and that's hard to imagine, but I'm really looking forward to that. And I think I watched the Da Vinci Code promo or trailer about 30 times to hear Sophie Neveu's accent. Just, even though I speak French, I wanted to hear more how a French person tries to wrap their mind around English words. So it was fun. When I think about what I brought to the role of Antoinette Marceau, I think of several things. I spent a lot of time in England, lived there several times, and love Agatha Christie, and lived in a couple haunted houses. Never witnessed any crimes of any kind, but I have an enthusiasm for this genre, and I also am fluent in French, so I think having lived in England and being able to speak French, I could finesse her accent because she's French, but she was schooled in England. So she speaks with an English accent, but when she's angry or upset, she lapses into the French. So that was fun to explore, and I think that my experience in those areas helped that along. In terms of skills that I tap for the voiceover work, I think that having gone to graduate school at NYU, we spent 3 years learning accents and doing elocution exercises, which I thought I would never use because it was just endless hours in a room with a linoleum floor, doing lily lolly, lily lolly, lily lolly, luli lolly, literally for 13 hours a day. But that exquisite torture has actually served me well when it comes to doing extended recording sessions, because I actually have to say things of greater value, but for extended periods of time. So I think that was helpful. In my experience, voiceover for film as opposed to voiceover for games is doing game work is actually way more exciting. The voiceover work that I've done for film, most of it for me is voice match stuff. Most of Angelina Jolie's films, I have done a lot of her lines that were inaudible. So like Gone in 60 Seconds, half the film is my voice, which is frightening. The other work that I've done for animated films, it's just not as engaging as the games. Maybe it's because I enjoy playing games myself. It just seems much more interactive, and the film is more of a detached process, and it's about imitating someone rather than creating a character. So I prefer games.